Right. So when we was kids, there used to be loads of us, loads of little. When we was about 9, 10, or 8 and 9 years old, 9, 10, 11, 12, we was in Pakistan. So this must have been when we was like 8 years old, or under 8 years old. Some guy came out of nowhere with a leather jacket on, like the Fonzie. You know, like Fonzie has a leather jacket. He came and we was all just around Beechville Street, and before them houses were made, and he tried to call my brother over, as in he was kind of luring him over somewhere. And I was only 8 years old, even younger probably. And I stood up and I told him to fuck off and leave my brother alone. But then when I went to Pakistan at aged about 17, I met a guy named Ajaz. His name's Ajaz. He's related to Colonel Sher Ahmed. He's Mr. Yusuf Shaheen's son. And he had that leather jacket on, you know. And Colonel Sher Ahmed's family is linked to Diane Abbott, not with their will, most likely against their will, because Diane Abbott's and West Indian and the Caribbean seem to be doing things to us, even when we was kids. And Diane Abbott's, I think, got some sort of pressure going on, getting the boys of Colonel Sher Ahmed's sons beaten up or the girls harassed by black people there in Hackney. So, and then now I've got a guy named Prada, who lives upstairs, but he says he's from Romania. So basically, that would just indicate, this is the way they do things. They do things in threes. For some reason, they always do things in threes. So the leather, and this Romanian kids, the Romanian guys walked in with a leather jacket now, the same jacket. So basically what they're saying is, if I blow the whistle, they're going to make me look like a paedophile. I'm not a paedophile. I like my women to be pretty much porn star looking body kind of thing. I like big tits, big asses, whatever the fuck you want to call them, like any man would do. So they're just framing me in every sense of the word. I think 327 is playing a game like that as well. 327 Cheetham Hill Road, 323 Cheetham Hill Road, and 315, 317, 313, and 319. That's just one big Somalian family. They're all, for some reason they're in my brain and they're trying to say I'm a paedophile, but I'm telling them, you know what, you're taking the piss. I'm not standing for it. I want Interpol. And they do everything in freeze, So the guy with the leather jacket when we was kids, the Ajaz is known for having links to the Karachi port. If he has links to the Karachi port, and Colonel Sher Ahmed's family's living close to Diane Abbott, and Diane Abbott's got the rose meaning flowers meaning drugs. Then they're doing this, and the guy that's living upstairs, married to Abda actually means slave as well. So the blacks are doing this. It's no coincidence. They're just framing us to cover up their drug. Labour Party runs on drug money, I think all three of the parties do basically, but Labour's got the flower as a gesture. So I need Interpol because I need someone to investigate everything, put lie detectors up the crack of our asses, which you probably have done already, and I'm innocent, but they're framing us, blackmailing us, and they're all at it. And it's like the episode of the Golden Turd, the American Golden Turd, and then you see the DWP, the Department of Work and Pension. Britain wants jobs, Britain wants gems for Avon to be sold, sapphire and all this, and because some of them things are on our land, and because people in them areas listen to us. Why do they listen to us? Because we're the people who come here and say, look, Britain's been nice to us, Britain's been very good to us, do business with them. Or we can just tell the truth that Britain's been pretty much holding us hostage, been torturing us. The Labour Party, Raja Afzal Khan, Imran Rizvi, Michal Hussain, and they're framing us, and they're openly framing us since we was in nursery school. When I went to nursery school, they slapped me up and put a donkey's hat on my head and put me in the corner. Ever since then, they've just been framing me. And then there's the Education Minister, Ed Balls, Eid Balls, as in they wanted to make me infertile, and they wanted to chop my penis off. You know, they've planned it since I was in primary school or in nursery school. And then there's Ginger Mark and Adam, a Caribbean boy. I got into, before I had a fight with them four boys, one Pakistani and three Africans. In the playground, we was only like 6, 7 years old. In the playground, a boy named Zubair come running towards me to attack me. What I did is I put one knee down and just put my fist forward. And you know what? He was running so fast that he ran into my fist and hit his balls. The next day, the three African lads attacked me. In between that time, a ginger boy named Mark looks pretty much like the people that live at 327 Cheetham Road. He turned around and said, "My brother's gonna chop your dick off." That's what he said. Ever since then, people have been trying to chop my dick off, and I've got burn marks to prove it. So when we was kids, you know, you can carbon date something or whatever the fuck you have as technology. If a doctor or if some sort of forensic science doctor came to me and he looks at my penis, he would find burn marks all over my penis, and that's because they was torturing us and burning our penis when we was kids. And if I was to go by the codes that they're doing, then it's Sharon, the Caribbean woman, that was doing it, because they did it in a way that I couldn't see him doing it. Pretty much like people are coming into the house and putting amphetamines in my water, a glass of water if I leave it there. Because we've got the house keys, I can't change the door because we can't afford to change the door. My mother's been brainwashed into thinking that something else. Everyone else has been brainwashed into thinking something else. But you know, it's like the film Total Recall. I have to totally recall everything. And ever since Sharon Locke came in our life, we only met her for one day. One day we met her, and then after that, 30 years later, I seen her walking past on the road a couple of times now. Once in BM store and once just walking past. And her little sister or daughter named Tina walks past once. But if I was to go by the codes that they've set, or by the way they're doing things, because they don't want to openly say it and they don't want to openly think it, they're just plotting and they're so evil in the way they plot that Sharon lot seem to be the ones that are doing everything. And Sharon, they seem to think that if we don't go with black women or if we don't want to marry black women, they think we're infidels, which is not really true, because for me the blacks are not even an option. Never in my life would I want to have a black child or touch a black woman. So they're just stealing our sperm and doing funny things and stealing our women's eggs and making drug mules. We want Interpol. The worst thing is people like Will Smith are financing it, you know. So there's not really much I can do. There was something I was going to say about Sharon, but I forgot now. But I know Sharon Stone. Watch the film Casino. Casino. Cassie means infertile. Cassie now means you're infertile now. And you'll see Sharon Stone. Sharon being Sharon. Sat being me, because my day of birthday being 7, and then 1 being just 1. And then she's stealing the chips, and when she's stealing the chips means money means sperm. So if everyone's having my sperm stolen, it's the Caribbeans. The Caribbeans have been bullying the Pakistanis have been bullying us in Pakistan, and that's how our sperm's been stolen from the age of 8 to the age of 12. You know, that's how our childhood kind of disappeared, because there was always drugging us up and everyone's just victimized. My mother was being held hostage here, and we was being milked for our sperm there. And that's where the Melman scenario come in. The Melman scenario was the sacrifice from Madagascar too, and the African or the hippos are looking for gold and they can't find no gold. No, they're looking for water. They can't find no water. They find loads of gold and gems, but they can't find water, and then they have to offer a sacrifice. So basically, they stole my sperm. And then later on just plotted on to how to sacrifice me. So that's what they're doing, and there's loads of other things in there that I could say, but this is pretty much what they're doing. I do need Interpol, because these Caribbeans seem very well linked to the media, and then the DM Digital and the Media Courier, they're the same people. They've been stealing our sperm and injecting it into women using gynecologists. There's a movie about gynecologists I searched on the internet the other day, and I don't know, it all seems to be very well Hollywood, Bollywood kind of sacrifice, with the added bonus of Africans stealing our features and the Indians stealing our land. So I need Interpol.